Welcome back to Mega Man 04. Last time, we destroyed a big sky fortress that was causing acid rain, and today we're going after, I think, the last extremely pressing mission, which is the big submarine that is about to drill into the continents. And Rouge, if you would. Thank you. Yeah, there are also explosives on it, so yeah, big earthquake. We should get to this one soon then. So this is actually a stage where the sun is the advantageous weather, which the sun appears a lot, but I feel like usually it's our enemy. Which, once again, this is a week where I'm absolutely feeling that the sun is my enemy. More so than when I did the artificial sun mission. That was quaint in comparison. But yeah, no, like the nanomachines were better from the sun, the particle beam was better from the sun. The sun was better from the sun. Unsurprisingly, the sun stage really benefit from the sun weather effect. So, like the prison, this is a stage where you can only revisit half of it, and this is the half that you can't revisit. So, with the disadvantageous weather effects, oop, I definitely want that, CL will break up a lot sooner. You get slightly better instructions if it's sunny. Honestly, I'd just go for the easy mission points instead. It's not like sunny weather gives you any more time or anything, so like, you don't need the instructions, they're not great. So, we've got two sets of enemies here that we need actually like 2 or 3 items from each. Yeah, Cryonion and Need Balloon. And they do appear in other stages. This isn't like the Area Zero camp, where there's just an enemy that never ever appears anywhere else. You can get both of these enemies in other stages, but frankly, I would prefer to get them now, for the obvious reason of I don't have to get them later in that case. Thankfully, this did take a few attempts to get quite right, first actually getting a good path to the place we need to go to, and also getting enough items on the way. But it honestly wasn't terrible. Got it eventually. Which is good because suddenly the drop rate is bad. Alright, so we've got this doorway here, and this leads right into the submarine. So this is where you pick up, if you revisit the stage, and hey, we've got an ice dragon. Alright, well, we don't have a lot of time in this one. It's a fairly short episode, so I guess today would be a good day to just, I don't know, kind of complain about the crafting in this game. This was made in a time before crafting was like a punchline, right? Like nowadays, this game has crafting as kind of a joke to say that it's just adding a kind of unnecessary mechanic that nobody particularly wants, but it's popular, so it gets added anyway. And in fairness, this is pretty much just wait for items to drop. Which, you know, is a type of farming that has been around for ages. It's just, you make items out of it in this case. Which, yeah, I don't like the chips in this game. I kind of just preferred 03, where you sort of got them. And there were particular secret discs with some of them in them, but I don't know. I'm not really that excited by the equipment loadout concept in this game. I definitely prefer 03, where, yeah, obviously you don't really get a choice in what you make, but again, I'm not interested in what the game has to offer for I get to make things. I guess maybe it makes replays kind of interesting if you care about that sort of thing. You know, if you want to replay again and see, like, what items you can craft depending on what stage order you wind up doing, maybe somebody might find that fun. I'm kind of grasping at the straws here. So, this is actually a guy who's familiar with Zero. And that's because he was actually a part of Phantom's unit, so he's been mad at us for a while at this point. Look, frankly, take it up with Phantom. He blew himself up. we would have just fought him the normal amount, like the other Guardians. Look, if anything, blame Phantom or potentially Omega. Because if Phantom hadn't blown himself up, well, apparently Omega would have done the job. So anyway, Tech Kraken is very easy. Admittedly, his room's a little bit small, but I feel like he's the kind of boss who wastes a lot of time. And also, his attacks aren't really too threatening. That's one of the slightly better ones since it travels. He's got like a beam attack that surely he'll use at some point. There we go. Yeah, that one also bounces. He's got a lot of traveling attacks, so a little bit of a horizontally small room, dodging vertically can put you out of the way of actually being able to see things. But even with that in mind, I don't actually think those are that difficult. They might trip you up the first time, but once you know what you're looking for, pretty much all of his moves are easy to dodge. He's really not a threat. And the goes into a Whirlpool attack, frankly, is just a waste of his time and yours. But I still got 20 points for clear time anyway, so what does that matter? Alright, so that's today's mission. Honestly, a very short one. And the stuff we're going to be revisiting is even shorter. I sometimes forget about him. So yeah, there's not that much for us to replay in this stage. I got everything I needed in the first part of Deep Sea. And the second, well, it's kinda just a staircase. You do have to fight the Ice Dragon first, because of course you do. Why wouldn't they make you refight the mini-boss? Doesn't everybody like refighting the dragon mini-bosses? I know I don't. But yeah, after that point, it's just a matter of going back and forth, getting the Yatacroids, which I could have gotten sooner if I had been lucky. A Telebomb. And Bongle. Alright, well, that took longer than it should have, but it's easy enough. Again, it's just going back and forth on a staircase. It's not a difficult grind, just kind of a boring one. Alright, so what do we have to make today? Alright, so this is the point where I realized, oh yeah, I should actually make another S-Crystal, because we're going to need it. I do so love the name Lamplords. And Ceratanium, so you know this is a body part. We got rolling! So, of course, the rolling body part is the Z-Saber's mid-air spin. It is as helpful as it always is. Honestly, probably one of the best body chips you can get. Nakami-san. A filling. Oh yeah, that's just the healing one, isn't it? Can't believe Zero needed a filling. But yeah, that's just the stand still and get HP back one. Weapon Plus is specifically for the Z-Knuckle weapons, so as you might imagine, I'm not really gonna bother with that one. Oh, and this is the first time I get to see this. Yeah, you can only have one Buster EX skill activated at a time, because this game hates having fun. It hates it when you're enjoying yourself. Alright, sure, whatever. Alright, well, I don't think I have enough E-Crystals to get a new Cyber Elf, so yeah, let's save the game, and next time, we've got 2 stages left to go. Who do you think is being saved for last? I bet it's the big idiot. No, not that one, the other one.